Hey guys, Matt Welch with the Welch Group. I just want to take a quick second and show you kind of some highlights on how to read your homeowner's insurance policy. Um, and we get a lot of questions regarding a homeowner's insurance policy and trying to help people understand it. So we wanted to put a video together to just kind of help explain some of the highlights of it. So again, read your individual policy. Make sure you understand it. If you have questions, ask your agent. They are legally binding documents in the state of Florida. So it is important to make sure that you read it and understand it. But let's just take a look at this one because they all work very similar in a similar structure. This is your actual insurance company. Over here is the policy number. The policy period, this is when the policy is effective and this is when it expires. Most homeowners policies are 12-month policies. Come down here. This is us. We're the agent. We are not the actual insurance company. This is the insurance company. We're the agency. Come over here. This would be your information, your home address, name. This would also be the address of the home that we were insuring. Come down here. Here's your premium summary. This is the total premium on this particular home. You can, the other items right in here won't mean just a whole lot, but those are assessments and fees by the state of Florida and various things. Come down here. This is the rating information in this scenario. This is an HO3 policy. It's masonry construction. It was built in 2004. These items over here won't mean a whole lot, but they're rating factors that go into the address of your home. Come down here. Your dwelling cost is at replacement cost. And in this case, the personal property is at replacement cost. And this person, if they had a burglar alarm, it would say yes. If they had a fire alarm, it would say yes. Sprinkler here, they're not talking about the sprinkler in your yard. They're talking about a sprinkler inside of a home, much like a condo might have or an apartment or something of that nature. Come down here. These are your coverages. Okay. This right here, I'm going to take just a minute and explain this to you. These numbers here are a percentage of that number right there. So you can see this number right here is 10%. This value right here is the insurance value. It is not the fair market value. It's the insurance value. And let me explain the difference real quick. Fair market value is whatever a buyer and seller are willing to agree upon. So that can change right up to the closing table. That number is just whatever, they're agreeable upon. The insurance value is what it would cost to rebuild your home at the time of a Category 5 hurricane. And why a Category 5 hurricane? Because that's the worst case scenario for us here in Florida. So if items can't get into the port, people can't come into the state because it's shut down, don't have power, those types of things. What's it going to cost to rebuild your home at the time of a hurricane? Now, a lot of people say, well, I can have my friend from, up north come down and rebuild my house and they can do it for X amount of square foot, to rebuild it. Unfortunately, that's not the case. And what happens there is your friend can't even get into the state in those scenarios. So again, when they're determining this value right here, they are using third-party software. There's about 3 vendors that provide it for all the insurance companies in Florida. It's a third-party vendor, and they pull from the property appraiser website, and that gives them what it would cost to rebuild your home at the time of a Category 5 hurricane. The second thing that's very, very important to understand right there is that this number does not include land. So, you might be getting a mortgage on the home and it might be an additional $30,000 for the mortgage amount. But in this scenario, because insurance doesn't insure land, it's not figured into this value right here. Other structures, anything that's not permanently attached to your home. So that would be like a fence, a detached garage, those types of things. Pool enclosures that are screwed directly into the dwelling are considered part of the dwelling. Personal property, flip your house upside down. It's kind of a loose definition, but flip your house upside down. Everything that falls out, that is your personal property. So it's your belongings inside. Loss of use, this is if your home suffers damage and you have to go live somewhere else temporarily. this is the coverage that kicks in. Personal liability, if anybody's injured on your home property and they sue you, that's where the coverage is going to go. And then your medical payments, if there's a medical injury that occurs that's less than $1,000, it goes here. If it's above $1,000, it's most likely going to go here to the personal liability. Every home has 2 deductibles, a hurricane, and then an all other peril right here. This is 2% of this number right here. So you can see that's $12,583. It only applies to hurricane damage. But again, if you had a fence panel that went down and it was $500, obviously you're not at the $12,583. So there would not be any coverage on that. $2,500 all other peril deductible. Let's say you have a fire, lightning, theft, vandalism, things of that nature. You'd pay the first $2,500 and then the carrier picks up everything else after that. This page right here, this is your policy forms and endorsements. I always tell people to review it, look at it, make sure you understand it. Here is if you had water or sewer backup like this policy has. If you had animal liability, things of that nature on the policy, it would be located here. Come down here, catastrophic ground collapse versus sinkhole. In this scenario, every single one of our carriers has catastrophic ground collapse built into their policies. You can't exclude it. If you have a mortgage, you have to have the catastrophic ground collapse. Sinkhole is an actual endorsement that you have to pay for that's added to the policy. Currently, the only carrier I'm aware of that offers the sinkhole endorsement is Citizens. And even with them, you have to go through a process to actually qualify for it. Come down here. No homeowner's insurance policy includes flood insurance. If you want flood insurance, you have to get a separate policy because it's not contained in any type of homeowner's policy. Come down here. This is what we call a wind mitigation inspection, even though it's called uniform mitigation verification inspection. This can be filled out by any licensed home inspector, contractor, somebody of that nature. They come out and they do an inspection on your home. And there are, as you can see, there's about 9 different factors that you may qualify for, okay, when it comes to a discount. So it affects the premium that you pay. Again, a licensed inspector or contractor, somebody else can do that. One of the biggest questions we get is right here is the opening protection, which is the windows being covered. I'll say this, we write all over the entire state of Florida. We only have about 5 people that actually qualify for this discount because every single opening has to be covered, everything. And I say that to say whatever the inspector puts on this section is what we use. So if they put that you qualify for that, that's what we use. If they put that you didn't qualify for it, then we don't give you that discount on there. The second thing, which I didn't attach a copy of, because each inspector uses their own, is a 4-point inspection. And that 4-point inspection is an eligibility. So the wind mit inspection, the wind mitigation inspection gives you discounts on your home. And I've seen it all the way from nothing to $1,800. It just depends on the home itself. But basically what happens there is the 4-point inspection is your eligibility inspection. And that shows that the 4 points of the home are in good working order and don't need any service done to them. So that would be your roof, your HVAC, your electrical, and your plumbing. So all 4 of those have to show that they're in good working order. But again, that's an eligibility inspection, not a discount inspection. So those are the factors that affect your home insurance. That's kind of just a brief overview of how to understand your policy. If you have questions, always call the agency and ask. That way we can help you walk through your policy, understand it, make sure it's got the coverages in there that you need. Last but not least, because I forgot to mention it earlier, if you have a mortgage on the home, you must tell us when you change that mortgage. We don't know that unless you tell us. And you'll more than likely have to call the carrier due to privacy laws, get the address that needs to be listed on there and the loan number that it's being changed to, or if it's a new purchase, the new lender information. and send it to us so that we can add that to the policy. But again, if we don't know about it, if nobody tells us, we don't know to change it. So hopefully that helps you guys understand that a little bit better. And check out some of the other ones that we've done and posted on the website as well. That'll explain auto insurance, flood insurance, citizens, those types of things as well. So thank you.